If you ever went to a swap meet, assuming before COVID, and seen a bunch of keyboards, chances are you might stumble upon one of these. I'm Rio Gion and welcome to the channel. The front looks relatively common when looking at these office keyboard. The one thing that sticks out to me is a single unit backspace. That's something that's gonna take some time getting used to. For those that are office workers, chances are when you see something like this, you won't bat an eye. Also, I think this is probably the UK style enter key, which makes me think this is probably a UK layout. Besides that, this is a common enclosed design that's still pretty relevant with most office keyboards. The print screen, scroll lock section, and move it to the right corner, and replacing them is the indicator lights. This is something that I personally don't see that much, but for you, if you're in the UK, this might be a common thing. For those UK viewers out there, comment down below, let me know. For this particular keyboard, it's pretty busted up, to be honest. There are missing F12 key and some buttons are sunken in like the F3 and the M key. Surprisingly, the keyboard still works, but not usable because of the sunken M key. Only if a less important key was sunken, then this keyboard would have been somewhat usable. Oh well. Another surprising thing is that the font on the keycaps aren't rubbed off. I've seen many used keyboards where the keycaps are rubbed off, and this is kinda cool to know that the font on these keycaps were able to withstand against the environment. This is a membrane keyboard, which makes sense because it's an office keyboard. Now, I know older keyboards are often mechanicals, but this is relatively modern, so it's a membrane. In terms of feel, it doesn't feel that bad. There's a decent level of tactility, and it does make a lot of sound despite it being a membrane keyboard. If the keyboard works perfectly, then I could see this keyboard being pretty decent in terms of the typing experience. Moving from key to key, there's a right amount of bounce back where you're confident that you hit the key, then moving on to the next one. Anyways, here's what the keyboard sounds like. This keyboard does not use a stabilizer. I believe the keyboard uses thin ABS caps, which is fine because it's not an expensive keyboard. I'm still surprised the font hasn't rubbed off. I think this is a strong selling point for the keyboard. The flip-up feet does not have rubber on them, so the keyboard will slide if you angle them. Besides that, if you're supposed to have two rubber pads, although one fell off on mine, there's some design in the back. It looks unique overall. It shows that they want to try to do something on the back instead of a plain flat back. So I'll give them some points for trying. The cable is rubber and the USB tip is silver, so you have that going for you, which is nice. You are probably giving this keyboard at work, so I wouldn't be surprised if you don't bat an eye. But if you're in the market for this particular one, I couldn't find it on Amazon, so I don't know, but I'll put the model number on the title of the video in case if you want to find this keyboard online. If that's you, then good luck on your search. From experience, I'm guessing this is probably like a $5 to $10 range. I wouldn't pay more than $10 for this keyboard, but depending on who you are and how much you're willing to pay for this particular keyboard, as they say, one man's trash could be another man's treasure. So some of you guys might have a unique reason for wanting something like this. If that's you, comment down below. I'm kind of curious to find out myself. If you're new, click subscribe, the bell, thumbs up for more content. You guys stay awesome.